and they would run, and they would call for a shitload of change. And then I would run for governor. So then I would have, as governor, I would have this, this House of Representatives and the Senate, and everybody would be calling for change. And because everybody's calling for a shitload of change, it's inevitable that change would actually occur.
People only need to know your name, but you need to say Fred Tuttle very clearly. Can you tell me your name?
Fred Tuttle.
You see, when you say it, it sounds like you're saying furry turtle. Fred Tuttle.
Fred Tuttle.
Yeah, so I got a master plan. Yeah, of course I got a plan. I got lots of plans, but they all fit underneath an umbrella plan, underneath a master plan. Because I got a master plan. I have a method to my madness. I know what I'm doing. The way I have decided to conduct myself during this campaign is a conscious decision. And I bet more folks will watch this video after I win. There's two particular individuals, Hunter S. Thompson and Fred Tuttle, that I want you to pay particular close attention to. Fred Tuttle, he ran for senator in Vermont. He actually ran in a movie before then, about like 2 years before then.
In 1996, Vermont director John O'Brien made a film called Man with a Plan. The film star is first-time actor, long-time Vermont farmer, Fred Tuttle. In the film, Fred Tuttle runs for senator because a non-Vermonter is running. Now, Fred does not want this non-Vermonter to be senator, so he runs against him and wins and becomes senator of Vermont. In the movie, of course. But 2 years later, this actually happened. Fred Tuttle was almost elected senator of Vermont on the Republican ticket. After realizing he wasn't cut out for the job, he quit and let Democratic candidate Patrick Leahy win.
But he didn't go out, he didn't campaign, he just stayed right at his doorstep, and he let the media come to him. And let the media put his message out. And just let the voters vote based upon his honesty and the ideas which he was campaigning on. It didn't matter, whether or not he shook your hand or not. It was about the ideas. And he actually wound up winning. Fred Tuttle won his election.
Couple of suggestions. I think if we could find somebody to coach you on the way you talk, two ways, your language, the way your words come out.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
But war was in his heart.
War was in his heart.
Mr. Tuttle?
Yeah, hello, who are you?
I'm Jim Wallace.
Jim Wallace?
Yes, sir.
You one of these, what are you, a Republican or a Democrat?
I'm a reporter.
You're a reporter.
I come from Smear Magazine. It's in New York City, it's a monthly, and we've come up here to find out all the news we're hearing. We just heard it from the wire service that you're doing very well politically here.
A little bit more like Winston Churchill. A bit more, from in your chest.
I'm going to try it.
All your heart.
Yeah.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
Between you and me, off the record.
Off the record. You sure? You sure of that?
Absolutely. I want to hear about how you were when you were a young man now. Did you ever eat too much?
Well, yes, I ate too much, but sometimes I drank too much, too.
Ah, tell me about that. When did you drink too much?
I used to get drunk, and go see a girl over to Stratford, and I went up and rapped on the door. And the old man, he came out and says, Fred Tuttle, he says, my daughter ain't going out with you. If she ain't going out with somebody that drinks and drives a car fast, she might get pregnant, and you'd have to marry her. I'd be a shotgun wedding. I said, oh, I can't do that. I got mad, and I backed right into his mailbox, knocked it over.
I see.
I never went back again.
The words, war was in his heart.
The war was in his heart.
Now, Fred, did you ever try marijuana when you came back?
Yeah, I've tried some of that. I had a farmer working here once, and she had marijuana, and I smoked 5, 6 cigarettes. I got a little dizzy, but I've tried everything going,
Heart. Butter. Smoother.
Smooth.
And even though he won his election, then he conceded. He was running for the Republican ticket, and once he won, he conceded to the Democrat, which is still Senator of Vermont today.
You may remember Democratic Senator Patrick Leahy from his brief cameo in Batman and Robin, or from his fight on the Senate floor with Dick Cheney. Vice President of the United States of America, Dick Cheney, told Patrick Leahy to fuck off.
People only need to know your name, but you need to say Fred Tuttle very clearly. Can you tell me your name?
Fred Tuttle.
You see, when you say it, it sounds like you're saying furry turtle. Fred Tuttle.
Fred Tuttle.
Now, you lived on the farm all your life.
Yeah.
Were you ever cruel to animals?
No, never cruel. I always good to them. There's always pets, you know.
Fred Tuttle.
Fred Tuttle.
So the whole valley can hear you.
Yeah, you'll be able
Go
to hear me
for
down
it.
there. Yeah.
The whole valley, as
That's
loud
right.
as you can.
Fred Tuttle. Fred Tuttle. Fred Tuttle. Fred Tuttle. Fred Tuttle. Okay.
Did you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever steal anything? Now, we all
Steal
like
anything?
to take
Oh,
things.
huh?
Yeah. Did you ever
Steal?
steal anything?
Oh, gosh, I must have, I think. Everybody steals something, don't they?
Or what did you steal?
What did I steal? Oh, my gosh. Let's see. I think maybe I stole the candy bar down the store when I was a kid, and my dad made me take it back.
You may take it back.
Yeah.
Sure, Fred. Everyone steals a little bit when they're a kid,
Yeah.
but not everyone cheats on their income tax. Now, how did you do on your income tax?
Cheat. Why, cheat on income tax every year, you know. You put down stuff you bought, you didn't buy, and all that stuff, you know, to cover up. You know, they do that down in Washington, so we can do it here, see? I mean,
I see.
all that. Oh, yeah, I always cheated. You know, you got to really get a good living today, and I need that money more than they did down there, you know. These politicians get that money down there, you know, you just throw it away, you know, all that stuff.
You cheated because you were a farmer. And you
Oh,
needed
yeah,
the
I
money.
cheated, yeah. I cheat on everything I get a chance to, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like
And most people around here cheat when they get a chance?
most of them do, yeah, most everybody. You know, that's worldwide, you know. Yeah, you know. I don't tell anybody, but I think a lot of people cheat.
Oh, this is between you and me.
Yeah.
So just somebody that you felt like you could trust, an old farm type. And even though he conceded the day of the primary, so there's several months before the general election, even though he conceded, Fred Tuttle wound up getting 22% of the vote that November against the Democrat senator. So he was there was no chance that he was going to make it into office, but he still had 22% of the population's support. So he was very popular. He was salt of the earth, an older guy.
Now, I understand that you're a widower, Fred. And,
Yes.
Did you ever, when you were married, did you ever think about other women? Or did
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did you ever
sure.
have a little fun with some
Oh,
other
I
women?
sure did. Sure
yeah?
did. Why, yes.
Oh, why
everybody
don't you
does
tell
that.
me about it a bit?
Oh, well, I had a lot of fun, you know. It went on all this confidential, you know.
This is strictly,
I don't want anybody to know about it.
this is off the record, Fred.
Oh, I want to guarantee it. I don't want to get watching like that Watergate and all that stuff they have down there.
Don't
you know.
worry, it's between the two of us.
Heart,
Hard.
butter, smoother,